Ladies and gentlemen, our commencement speaker, Dr. José Andrés.
Os quiero. Wow. Thank you, Chairman Carbonell, President Knapp, Provost Lerman, and all other honored guests, and everybody who made this commencement possible. My name is José Andrés, and I am a cook. To the class of 2014, congratulations, you made it. You have worked hard to arrive at this moment, and it is a privilege to be here with you today. When President Knapp asked me to speak at your commencement, thought, why a chef? Even my daughter said, they ask you to speak or to cook lunch for the graduates. Give me a break. But they have a point. After all, I'm not a famous politician, journalist, or movie star. I'm not one of the coolest first ladies ever, obviously. And I have not been nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize yet. But then President Knapp said, I was the first person he called. Really? Take a look, take a look.
Hello? Oh, President Knapp. Good to hear from you. Oh, the GW commencement. When is it? May the 18th. Hold on, I'll have a look. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm watching television that evening. But you could call José Andrés. He's got an accent which is even harder to understand than mine.
Here at the Department of Justice, we are committed to creating the more equal and more just society that all of our citizens deserve. And as Attorney General of the United States, I'm dedicated. Hold. Hi, President Knapp.
Professor Knapp?
This is Jesse Tyler Ferguson.
This is Al Roker. Oh, President Knapp, how are you?
Hi, President Knapp.
Oh, hello, President Knapp. How are you?
Oh, President Knapp.
The GW commencement. It's on the mall?
The GW commencement.
The GW commencement. Me.
The commencement speech. Wow. When is it?
Oh, the George Washington commencement? Yeah, when is that?
On May 18th. No, I'm very honored and flattered, but we're working on a movie right now, so I won't be available.
Oh, no, I'm filming that day.
Oh, I can't make it. I'm going to be out of town.
I'm going to be filming that day, so I can't.
Gee, sir, I'm very sorry. I just cannot. I just don't have the time.
I'm sorry, I'm not available.
Yeah, I'm actually really busy that day. Yeah.
I just can't. You know what? Hey, you should call José Andrés.
Have you considered maybe Jose?
My good buddy, José Andrés.
José Andrés. He does anything.
Try José Andrés.
José Andrés.
Call José Andrés.
What about José Andrés?
So his email address is sparklypaellaboy, boy spelled B-O-I, @hotmail.com.
Okay, take care. Bye-bye.
Good luck.
President Knapp, we will talk later. People of George Washington University, it is an honor and I am humbled to be here. Truth be told, this is the first university graduation that I have attended. I dropped out of high school and then went on to cooking school. and got my education in the kitchen of life. And today, I got my degree. Thank you. So again, why a chef? Why could a guy who cooks for a living say to a group of accomplished graduates like you? I have learned through pursuing my passion that I could have an impact through the power of food. When I was a young boy in Spain, every summer my parents invited friends and family to a picnic. I always wanted to help my father to cook a big paella over an open fire. But my father instead put me in charge of gathering the wood and help build that fire. But I wanted to cook. One Sunday, after years of making the fire, my simmering frustration exploded. Boom! I want to cook, Dad. Go away, he said. We will talk later. After the meal was over, my father put his hand on my shoulder and said, "Son, why are you feeling bad? Taking care of the fire is the most important thing. If you control the fire, then and only then, you will become a cook." I realized then that if I want to reach my dreams, first I had to lay down the foundation. The same is true of the journey you are about to take. You may want to do the cooking, but first you must learn how to build the fire. Yes. When I was around your age, I joined the Spanish Navy. My role? Cooking for the Admiral at his house. What? I wanted to be at the sea. Well, after a few months of service, I went to the office of the Admiral. I knocked on the door and told him my dream was to sail, not on any ship, but the Juan Sebastián del Cano, the greatest ship ever built, at least to me. The Admiral granted my wish. I sailed around the world, where I got my first glimpse of America. I fell in love with the idea that no matter what your background, anything was possible here. I wanted to be part of the American dream. And if I hadn't knocked on that door, I wouldn't be here today. Don't be afraid of rejection. Don't be afraid to knock on that door. Don't miss the opportunity to sail into your future. Upon finishing my Navy service, I returned to America. The first chance I got, legally, in case it's any immigration officer. No one was waiting to greet me. Every dollar I had went to my taxi fare. $50 exactly. But $50 was enough to get me halfway to my new job. I watched the yellow cab drive away, and there I sat on a cold January night, 100 blocks from where I needed to be, watching the steam rise from the streets of New York. Welcome to America, José. My story is not one of overnight success. When I found myself alone in a new country, I didn't buy a lottery ticket. I didn't hit the jackpot. I just kept going. On that cold night, I pick up my bags and start walking. All these years later, my path has brought me here, as your path has led you here to this day to celebrate your accomplishments. Come on, people of George Washington, look where you are. You are at the epicenter of the American dream. But today, you are doing something much more important. You are shaping the new American dream. It's not about having high-paying jobs, big houses, fast cars. There is nothing wrong with that. But the new American dream is bigger. It's about to achieve your success while also making an impact in the world. What you create for yourselves, you must also create for others. We need to know ourselves, embrace our individuality. But it's not only the I, it is the we. The world is yours to claim, not because a diploma, but because we have each other. Look to your left. Come on, do it. Look to your left. Now, look to your right. Yes, we can never forget that we are only as good as the people we have around us. I wouldn't be standing here today I wouldn't be standing here today without those who supported me, my wife, my children. You are surrounded by family, friends, and your George Washington community. We are all here to lift you up, cheering your achievements and embracing your failures. But as you embark on your journey ahead, never forget that your loved ones have been with you every step of the way. Class of 2014, don't you think your family and friends deserve another big round of applause? What happens next is up to you. But remember, your journey won't be easy. My journey wasn't easy. I moved to DC from New York to be the head chef of a Spanish tapas restaurant, Jaleo. Many people told my partners and me that it was a crazy idea. The location, terrible. 7th and E, at the time, it was no man's land. And a tapas restaurant, no one knew what I was talking about. They would ask me, "Are you the bouncer?" Tapas, people, tapas, not topless. I threw myself into it. Yeah. I couldn't help it. I threw myself into it. I worked hard in the kitchen. I greeted customers, trying to understand, trying to learn, trying to adapt. I listened, and believe me, I made a lot of mistakes. As Winston Churchill said, success is stumbling from failure to failure with no loss of enthusiasm. I stumble a lot, but today I am proud to say that Jaleo has become part of the DNA of this city, and tapas has become part of the American mosaic. There will always be critics and naysayers telling you what you cannot do, that it is impossible. There will always be more people bringing you down than lifting you up. It seems that way sometimes. But let me tell you, get a cocktail shaker if you are over 21. At your heart, your soul, your brain, your instinct, and shake it hard. Serve it straight up. But let me give you a secret ingredient. Add a dash of the criticism on top, because those naysayers play an important role too. They motivate you to rise above, to challenge yourself, to prove them wrong. As you move forward in your career, you might look back and think that this school was the easy part. Maybe not easy, but predictable. And life, as you already probably know, is anything but predictable. Shortly after I arrived DC, I met my wife, Patricia. Before I learned how to be a boyfriend, we got engaged. Before I learned how to be a husband, I became a father. And then, as my daughters grew into young girls, I realized that the easiest part of being a dad might have been changing diapers. So, what do you do when life takes an unexpected turn? Friends, my advice, don't follow a recipe. Funny coming from a cook, no? When we go by the book, we lose our ability to adapt, to be creative. Sometimes you will find yourself without an ingredient or two. It will seem like everything is going wrong. If things don't go as expected, make the unexpected work in your favor. Change the name of the dish. That was my recipe for today. Don't imitate what has already been done. Don't go along with someone else's expectations for what your life should look like. Don't assume that because things have always been a certain way, they will never be any different. The challenges we face today, hunger, poverty, inequality, war, many others, have been around forever. But that doesn't mean it always has to be this way. That is where we need you the most. We need you to come up with new solutions. And to do that, new recipes for success must be written. You will write them. Success is no longer about achieving your goals. It is about using your skills and talents to do something bigger in the world. This is the new American dream. For me, food is a way to tell a story about myself, about faraway places, the people I've met, and the things I learned along the way. Your recipe should tell your story. In my classes at George Washington, I heard your great ideas for how to make our world a better place. As you leave this university, you will start careers in cities around the world. Wherever you land, make an impact. One of our regulars at Halea was the late Senator Daniel Patrick Moynihan, who helped revitalize downtown DC. Yeah, we can give him. He taught me that neighborhoods are transformed when we see potential where others see only disrepair. He told me that if you love America, America will always love you back. In November, my wife and I became American citizens. We found a new place to belong. I raised my hand, I took the oath of citizenship. It was more than a formality. I felt responsible to speak up for those who are still searching for their place to belong. There are 11 million undocumented immigrants in our country, some who are students just like you. These people are right in front of us, working hard to maintain our quality of life. I think they deserve a chance to belong, a chance to be part of the new American dream. It's about seeing the potential where others see only disrepair. Immigration is not a problem for us to fix. It's an opportunity for us to seize. Hashtag immigration reform. Many of you will end in positions of power. Your decisions, your actions will be solving tough challenges of today. Some of you might even end up at the top of that beautiful hill. Senator Harry Reid and Representative Eric Cantor both graduated from George Washington. We all come from different places and perspectives, but we all belong to this university, to this planet. Today, we are 6,000 graduates strong, joining more than 250,000 George Washington alumni in 150 countries. You see how powerful this is. We are a big army. We have the opportunity to change the world and shape the new American dream, but only if we work together. I became a cook thanks to my father, showing me how to control the fire. That same knowledge also taught me that my profession has the power to better the world. In my restaurants, I was happy to feed the few, but I started to think, what if together we could feed the many? I joined this Central Kitchen 20 years ago as a young volunteer, peeling potatoes with homeless, ex-convicts, ex-drug addicts, and sharing stories while feeding thousands a day. Robert Egger, my hero, the founder, always told me, too often, charity is about the redemption of the giver, not the liberation of the receiver. And we need to change that. These words were on my mind when I first visited Haiti, weeks after the earthquake. I didn't want to throw money at the problem, but instead to invest in sustainable solutions. For Haitians, it means bringing clean cook stoves that will improve their health and prevent deforestation. It's not about giving bread to orphans. It's building a bakery that can feed an orphanage and sell the bread in the city. It's not about giving food aid to school children. It's starting a farm that can feed those children while the produce is sold in the market. Each of you has unique talents. Build the fire. Embrace your passions and profession. Along the way, you will find opportunities to serve in your communities and around the world. George Washington, you already did this year more than 250,000 hours of volunteer work. Don't stop. We need you. Sometimes our journeys may feel uncertain and without purpose, but every step we take brings us closer to understanding why we are here. My favorite Spanish poet, Antonio Machado, once said, "Your footsteps are the path and nothing more. There is no path. The path is made by walking." Start walking. I will be watching. We will be watching to see what path you create. My name is José Andrés. I am a cook, and I am so proud of all of you. Gracias.